If you are working with SharePoint list data, then you will get requirement to display your SharePoint list items in tabular format. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Vijay, and in this video we are going to see how we can get all SharePoint list items using REST API, and then we will see how we can use the data table plugin to display this list items in a classic SharePoint web part page. So without further delay, what we will do is let me show you how your data will looks like. So if you'll see in the left side, I have an employee list which is having some columns like title, gender is a choice column, and then contact number, department is a choice column, and then address is a text, single line of text column. You can also take multi-line of column over here. And then after the plugin I have added, or after we retrieve the data, this is how it looks like in a web part page. So you can see here by default it has this entries drop down. You can select how many items you want to display at one shot, and then you can also search from the search box, and then there is paging lesson also, and it will show the data. Now, this is what a default plugin or a plugin which you can use, a data table plugin. Sorry, this is not a default plugin. This is a third-party plugin which you can use in our site. Now, let me show you first of all. This is what is called our plugin here, the data table plugin. You can see here datatables.net, and then it has some out of box features are there, means there are some inbuilt feature are available which you can use without writing much code over there. For example, in this case we are not writing any code to all these to do all these operations. So this is very easy to use. You required some files, jQuery. Of course, we required it because this plugin is built on top of jQuery library, and there is a CSS file, there is a JS file that we need to add, and then this is how you can bind it. It has a full a guide also which you can follow, and then you can also do some advanced settings over there. So if you'll see the installation, this is what the format it is, it will expect, and also it will tell you what are the things that required. So we can use this CSS or the JS files from the CDN. Now there is also different format how we can bind the data. So you can see here this is some from an array or nested objects how it is pulling the data. So for example, this is how it is. So your column names and this is your column names, and you can put a columns. This is basically a data object. Now there's different format that you can use, and we will see how what are the things that we have used in our code. Now, before going to all this REST API, all these things, I would suggest you go through these links also once, datatables.net, how, what are the things are there. You'll be able to get a overview of this particular plugin that we can use in our SharePoint site. Now, next thing is I will show you the code, and then we will put that in our SharePoint site, and then we will see the output. So if you'll see here, this is my employee list. It has a title column, gender, contact number, department, address. This is the column, and this many data are there in this particular list we have. So first let us try to understand the code. So here I have copied this code. It is not necessary. I will type everything over here now. So I'll show this code, and then we will try to understand this code, which is quite important. So as I said before, we required the jQuery min.js file. So that's the reason I have given the reference here. And this code we can use in a script editor web part. I'll show you that. And then second thing is the data table.min.js. You can see here this is from the datatables.net, and then the files that we require is the CSS file, jQuery datatables.min.css. You can see here, and then the this is another CSS file that we require. So this is basically the JS file and the CSS file that we required for these data tables to work. And next thing is we have created a table. So if you'll see here, the table you need to provide an ID, then you can see here cell spacing with 100% I have given so that it will come in the entire page. And then T head and then TR. So this is going to be your header or the columns. The heading will appear like this in this format. First will come employee name, gender, contact number, department, and address. So in this case, employee name is our title column. So that was the name. And then this is a jQuery code where we are calling the get items method on the document.ready function. So when the document is ready, then this get items method will get called. And in this case, first if you'll see here, we are taking the URL web absolute URL from underscore sp page context info.web .web absolute URL. We are getting the site URL. So in this case, if I will show you the SharePoint site, it will give me till tsinfo.sharepoint.com/site/tsinfo classic. So this is what is our site URL, and it will provide. If you have not gone through my yesterday's video, which is on the REST API, you can go through that. There I have explained how the REST endpoint will be. And next thing is we will create the REST endpoint now. So for this, you can see here I have taken the site URL and then underscore API, then web list get by title, and this is my SharePoint list name. Sorry, list title, and then we need to retrieve the items. So slash items, and when you are actually putting a select into that, then it will you are telling what are the columns that you required and you want to retrieve it. So in this case, I required only this column so that it will not retrieve all these all other out of box columns which are presented in that particular list. So it will give only the columns which we require in this case. And then we are calling our REST API. Remember, this is a get call because we want to retrieve the list. That's the reason we are providing the type get and the URL. This is the REST endpoint, and then JSON format we required. And then there is on success and on failure method. So now on success, we need to bind it to our data table. So in this case, if you'll see here on success, so we are binding it. So dollar hyphen dollar slash dollar, and then you can see here has employee. So it is for the ID. You can see here we have the ID of this particular table. So has ID, and then dot data table. This is how we can bind it. I showed you in that documentation also. And then data.d.results will give you all the results whatever it is returning from our REST endpoint URL. And then you can see here this is, and then the columns you can put anything for this. And then this is your you can also here you can put anything like simply data also you can put, and then the column names you can put. So you can see like here, so columns and then data like this you can put. So I have given all the columns here, and this is our end for this one. And then the failure method. So in the failure method, we have just error message we are displaying. And in this case, if you'll see here, it is there in the try catch. So if something will come, then we can have an alert. It will show the message if any error is there. Now what I'll do is I will just copy the entire code here. I will just copy it. Uh, if you want to separate it, let's say you want to add it over in HTML file, or you want to you want to separate the JS file and the HTML file. You can create one HTML file and one JS file, and then you can use a content editor web part and you can refer it. I will share the article URL also in the video description. You can see here this I have created an article for that. So you can follow the code, you can get all the code here. So but here what I'll do is I will add it in a script editor part, so the code will be there in the same we will put in the same page only. So I'll click on edit the page. So this is a web part page, you can see here. So add a web part, and then you can see here media and content script editor web part, click on add. So then you can click on edit snippet. I'll just paste it here. So you can see here our headings are coming from the table. So click on insert, and then I will stop editing the page. Now sometimes if you will remove this query string parameters, it will work properly. Now you can see here, now it is loading. So when the page loads happen, that time only we are calling our get items method, and you can see here it is loading everything, and this is the order that it is in the ascending order it is showing us. You can use the search in fact. So for example, here I will try to search something. If I'll put like this, you can see here it is coming like this. So this is how it will work in fact, without writing any code, because if you'll see here, we just bind our data. We have not written any code for this search or other functionality. You can see here sort feature is there. So you can see here you can sort this as well on each and every column. You can see here this many, if you want to display 10 items, 25 up to 100 items are there. You can also see over here, and if you have more, a record will be there. You can see here only just 5 entries we have. If you have more entries, then you can just your next page will get enabled as well. So you can go to previous, next, and the paging is quite very beautiful over here. So you'll get everything without writing any not without writing much code over here. Only the file that we have referred is the data tables jQuery and JS and the CSS file. So if you like the video, then if you want interested to learn SharePoint, then you can go to spguides.com, and then you will be able to see a lot of trainings we have. And then if you want to access everything, then you can just click over here and you can enroll it. You can see some dummy video, some free videos over there. You can preview those videos as well. So now you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You will get a lot of free videos on these things. So SharePoint, Office 365, Azure, SPFX, the Power Platform, everything will get that. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. So thank you and have a nice day.